Let's have a look on two different Princess Bari builds in Smite 2 for both Conquest and Arena. Princess Bari is a little bit more complex than the average gold in Smite 2, so first let's have a quick look at her abilities kit. Starting with her passive Mystic Surge, which will basically charge her unique resource every time she deals damage. Apart from the extra stats she gains as the meter is charging up, the moment it reaches 100 she gets a free use of one of her basic abilities on its empowered form. Her first ability simply throws a ball out, dealing damage on every enemy it hits. On its empowered form, the ball is now bigger and deals more damage. Your second ability deals damage in a cone in front of you on two different levels. The outer cone will only deal some damage, while the inner cone will also push enemies back. On its empowered form, it simply deals more damage and pushes enemies further away. And her third ability is her dashing ability, which will also shoot an empowered basic attack. If that basic attack hits an enemy god, its cooldown will be massively reduced and her unique spirit meter will charge for 50 points. Similarly to her second ability, its empowered form will deal more damage and it will transform it from a projectile to a skill shot, which means its damage will be now instant. Now let's see how these abilities interact with each other. When the ball is on the ground, you can use your second ability to pull it towards you and then push it forward. The ball then will deal damage and slow every enemy it hits. If you press your second ability while the ball is still bouncing, the ball will instantly be pushed forward instead. If the ball was in its empowered state, it will stun enemies instead of slowing them. If you cast your second ability on its empowered form on a normal ball, it will transform this ball to an empowered one as well. To pull a stationary ball into you, you only have to be on basic attack range. On the other hand, to shoot a bouncing ball straight forward, you will have to hit it with your abilities. Similarly, your third ability will also push the ball forward, and again, if your third ability is on its empowered state, hitting a normal size ball will transform it to an empowered one as well. Lastly, her ultimate will instantly put you in your empowered form. It will create a huge AoE damage circle on your target location, and it will also prevent you and your teammates to take lethal damage. Your ultimate combo goes like this. First throw a normal ball on the enemy and then use your ultimate. Now that you are on your empowered form, cast your first ability once more. Then cast your second ability to pick up both balls and stun your enemy. And finally, if you want, cast your third ability. These builds are all formed by researching high-ranking players' match history and being tested in both Arena and Conquest matches. You can find many more interesting builds on our website, linked in the description. The first build we're gonna see focuses around her burst damage window and can be easily played on solo, mid lane and Arena. For our starter item, I will recommend you to go for the blue pendant. Blue pendant will give you good sustain in the early game while also help you clear waves faster with its burning effect. In the late game, it will make your abilities deal extra damage to the enemy gods based on their current health. For our first item, Hydra's Lament will be the best option if we want to be able to kill the enemy laner in one combo. Hydra's Lament gonna empower our next basic attack damage after every ability we cast. That said, try to hold your basic attack button while executing your combo to apply one hit after every ability. Our second item will simply be the Jotun's Revenge, mostly for its cooldown properties. And for our third item, we will go for the Pendulum Blade. Pendulum Blade's active will remove 3 seconds from our basic abilities cooldown, allowing us to recast all of our abilities for a second time in the same fight. For the fourth item, Heartseeker will be the biggest damage boost, giving our abilities extra damage based on our strength and our enemy's max HP. The 10% penetration will also work great at the time being. Next, no matter if your enemies have protection items or not, Titan's Bane seems to be the best option right now, since every enemy should be at the maximum level. And for the last item, we'll go for the Avatar's Parachute. Avatar's Parachute active will boost our damage for 10 seconds and has 120 seconds cooldown. I chose this item for this build simply because our goal is to execute a single full combo and deal as much damage as possible. Avatar's Parachute active has almost the same cooldown with our ultimate, meaning we can always pair those two together. Before we move on the second build, if you are not confident with the extra active items, you can replace both Pendulum Blade and Avatar's Parachute with Brawler's Ruin if the enemy team has lifesteal users, the Crusher for more ability damage, and the Old Sword Spear for a bit more penetration for both you and your teammates. Next, let's have a look on the carry build. Note that every god's basic attack damage scales with strength no matter if it is a magical type or physical. Princess Bari's basic attacks deals magical damage, but as I've said, they will scale with strength. This build will quickly charge your unique meter with rapid basic attacks and enable your empowered form more frequently. After that, not only our basic attacks will become stronger, but also they will gain an AoE damage effect. For our starter items, since we're gonna be in the carry lane, we will go for the leather cowl, giving us great attack speed and lifesteal stats. Our first item will be King's Blade, a very strong item into the meta that will not only boost our attack speed massively, but it will also give us bonus basic attack damage based on our enemy's max HP, making it a great item for both early and late game. Our second item will be the Death Metal. Death Metal will give us 85 intelligence and strength in total, which will give us the biggest ability damage boost possible. Its critical chance properties will also be useful in the late game, as this is gonna be a critical strike build. For the third item, we will go for the Executioner for its great attack speed, damage and penetration passive. And for the next item, we will go for the Deathbringer. Deathbringer will be a huge power spike, giving us critical strike and critical damage boost. After that, again, since most of our enemies gonna be 20 level at this point, Titan's Bane is your go-to option. And for your last item, Demon Blade will give you the final critical strike percent you need to land criticals more frequently, and also it will boost your attack speed even more. And that's pretty much it for the two best builds for Princess Bari in Smite 2 for both Conquest and Arena. If you like these videos and you want me to continue this series, it is important to me to leave a like or maybe a sub, since my channel is currently pretty small. That said, thank you for watching and see you on the next video.